Hey, so did you have any luck finding a job? I don't mean that like disrespectfully. I know it came out that way, but I know you were looking, and I know you have the wedding coming up. As someone who briefly planned for a wedding, I know how stressful it can be. Did you find a job? No. And I also made it clear that I didn't want to take the wedding money from Jonathan. I was crystal clear about that. I can 100% understand why you wouldn't want to take that money. I wouldn't want to take that money either. But I hope you know, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, weddings are expensive. Even just, it's the little things that you don't think of. Like, I know I didn't throw a huge thing, but okay, you set money aside for the venue. You think that's the biggest thing. But then there's like the centerpieces and the dessert table, and then if you want to do a cocktail hour, looking at all of that on my salary, I knew I couldn't do it. So, but I'm sure you know all this. Yeah, I know. That's why I've been looking hard. I'm well aware of the expenses that come along with a wedding. But the hard thing about me, like finding a job, and I try not to feel bad about it because at the end of the day, it doesn't define me. I just don't have many skills. Alright, look. I know I shouldn't do this because it's not really good to work with family. Even if you get along with them, never good. But the art gallery that I work at, it's not a gallery for old historical paintings like the Mona Lisa or Starry Night. You don't need a huge knowledge to work at the art gallery that I work at. I work at a modern art gallery. So all of the artists are contemporary and their pieces are super abstract, and you don't need to stand there and like help people or anything like that, or curate super hard stuff. It's pretty chill. I could potentially get you a job there. Wait a minute. You would really let me like work with you? Like, you wouldn't mind? You would do that for me? That's so sweet. Well, you're gonna be my sister-in-law, and you've, despite what my mom may say, have shown like great progress. And I know you need a job bad, and you've been looking hard, so yeah. Thank you so much. This has been like a whirlwind month where like I was helping you and you're helping me. Speaking of me helping you, did you figure out like what you're gonna do with the whole Jonathan? Are you gonna go with my plan, or did you speak with Miranda? She has a plan, or? Yeah, I have actually. I'm going with Miranda's plan. Your plan was good, but I think Miranda's is a little bit better. Okay, what was her plan? She suggested, and don't repeat this, but buddy up with him, become his friend, get on his good side. And it makes sense because at least I won't be poisoned and killed by him. But get on his good side, and then try to get a confession out of him. But not even a confession. Maybe I can just get something that alludes to what he did, or how he had a part. Something that could get the case open. I like it. Seems a little basic to me. A little like far-fetched, because like if this man actually did what he did, which I think he did, he would never confess it to anyone, even like, I don't know, himself. My also like concern here, what happens if like you fall for him same way your mom has fallen for him? Yeah, I know he is very charismatic, and I can tell my mom, she doesn't even give it a thought anymore that he may have had something to do with Junior. So I know you and I have been like frenemies, but with Miranda gone, you're kind of all I got. So I'll make sure you don't get sucked into his charisma and his offerings, and you can have my back with it. If you see that I'm like losing focus and he's like offering me, I don't know, Edgar Allan Poe memorabilia, then rein me in. I don't know if I'd be good at that, only because he's already made like promises to me. I turned down the money, but down the line, if he gets your mom the governor spot or whatever, and your family's like rich or something, I don't know. I'm conflicted. He's just made promises to me. You will be good at it. Because look, you've already turned down his wedding money. A lot of people wouldn't have been able to do that. Trust me. If I was still with Chelsea and someone offered to pay for my wedding like that and we wanted a big one, I probably would take the money. But you already turned it down. So just remember, Melissa, you're not as easily influenced as you may believe. Don't fall for his quicksand tactics. Do you really think he can make your mom governor? Like, do you think he can really help her do that? I do. But I'm hoping that once she gets the power, even though there's checks and balances, but once she realizes that she won the election, if she does, maybe she'll realize she doesn't need him as much as she thinks she does. Remember, she's filled with grief. Not only grief from her grandson, but her boyfriend. And she's been medicated. She's not herself. That's why I give her some slack when it comes to this man. She's been like beat down. And I want her to rise up like a phoenix, and maybe becoming governor will do that. I don't know. Losing a grandchild has really softened her. You know, maybe Charlotte, her granddaughter, could turn her into that phoenix that you're looking for. You know how she is with grandkids. She just isn't in the vicinity of her, but put her in the room with Charlotte, she holds her grandkid. What do you mean? What I'm saying, you know how she was with Junior. Sure, she has not seen Charlotte. There's no emotional investment there. But if you let your mom hold Charlotte, she will be possessive. She will turn into that monster that you're looking her to be. And maybe she will turn all that energy onto the murderer in the room. You know, maybe when she wants a grandkid, nothing else matters, including her relationship. Of course she's going to care about her relationship with Jonathan right now because she doesn't have a grandkid. Give her that grandkid. Bring Charlotte into the picture. Let the woman hold her. That's not a bad idea. If she even gets a whiff of her granddaughter, her real granddaughter, she might wake up a little bit. It's just getting them in the same room. Only, like, messed up thing is, you're messing up Miranda's life. Like, I'm sure Miranda doesn't want Mill to hold Charlotte. No, but look at it this way. Everyone's talking about being on teams. You know, like, I'm on Jonathan's team. What if we change the team? What if my mom and Miranda can coexist like they were, for Charlotte's sake? That could be a way to get my mom to turn on Jonathan. Maybe if we could all wake her up to this man, you know, you included, then we can get this guy out of here. Another problem, Joey and Brian, they both love Jonathan. Seems like they would defend him too. There's got to be a way to get them to see that Jonathan's evil. It's like he's got all the men wrapped around his finger, and my mom.